Welcome back. In this lesson, we are going to have an example on conditional probability. Transportation. You can take bus 65 or bus 79. You take the first bus that arrives. The probability that bus 65 arrives first is 75%. There is a 40% chance that bus 65 picks up passengers along the way. There is a 60% chance that bus 79 picks up passengers. Your bus picked up passenger. What is the probability that it was bus 65? This problem is a conditional probability. How do we know that? If you read this sentence, your bus picked up passengers. What is the probability that it was bus 65? This means that we want to find P of bus 65, given that it takes passengers. How can we find this probability? First of all, I think that we need the tree diagram in this case. So let's draw and read. While we are reading, we draw this tree diagram. First of all, I have to read this part. The probability that bus 65 arrives first is 75%. So I have 75%, which means 0.75, that bus 65 arrived first. So there is a probability of 0.25, which is 100% minus 75%, means 25, for bus 79 to come first. And after that, to complete our probability, there is a chance, 40% chance that bus 65 picks up passenger. 40%, which means 0.40, that it picks passengers. So the probability that it doesn't pick passenger is 0.60. How is that? It is 100 minus 40%. Now let's go to the other bus. Bus 79. There is 60% chance that bus 79 picks up passenger. So we have here 60%, 0.60, that it will pick passengers. 100% minus 60% is 0.40%, that it doesn't pick passengers. So, what is the required probability of being on bus 65 that takes passenger, given that it takes passenger? So, first of all, let's find the probability of carrying passengers. Probability of picking passengers is 0.40 times 0.75, because it is picking passenger and the bus 65, which means 0.40 times 0.75 plus picking passengers and bus 79, which is 0.60 times 0.25. Again, we have two cases in which the bus picking passenger. Number one, picking passenger and the bus 65, 0.40 times 0.75, and picking passengers and bus 79, which is 0.60 times 0.25. So when we do this calculation, we get 0.3 plus 0.15, which means 0.45. Now, we want to find probability of bus 65 and picking up passenger. This is 0.40 times 0.75. Look at the graph again. Past 65 and picking passenger, 0.40 times 0.75. If the question is past 65 and not taking passenger, it was 0.60 times 0.75, but we don't need this. So this is, as we calculated before, 0.3. Don't forget that. The required is probability of past 65 given that it picks passenger. So this is past 65 and picks passenger, which is 0.3 over probability of picking passenger all in all, which is 0.45. On reducing this result, it will be 2 over 3 or 0.666 or approximately 0.67. I think that the tree diagram helps us a lot to solve this problem. Thank you. See you next example.